What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to talk to you about Lucid. I want to go over some of the current data points, break it down on what the hell is happening, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off at the time of doing this video, it is up 12.89%. It was flirting with that $4 range. So it might be premature to say, but welcome back to the fours. You also see a lot of good volume. So 39.5 million shares being traded, 36 is the average. These are all the transactions occurring on the secondary market above $100,000. So good, about 70% of all the transactions are buys. And you can tell that based on the bid, the ask, and the selling price. Dark pool seems to be rather timid today, and so dark pool is often enough linked to shorting, and shorts are trying to suppress Lucid to the best of their ability. So right now they're increasing 926,000 shares, so again that is net, but 27.81% of the free floats being shorted works out to be 249.47 million shares overall are being shorted. Cost to borrow average 6.79%. Utilization is 93.94. So it'd be interesting to see what shorts do come the next 2 days. So tomorrow we have PPI. Friday is going to be a lot of volatility, right? Just everyone trying to digest everything that did happen. So you had the debate, you had CPI, which came in line with the expectations today. The potential first rate cut for the states for 2024 might occur next week. So you're going to have the market digesting all of that. And so as you can just basically see from this, because of what's come out today and just yesterday, now the likelihood of a 25 basis point cut went through the roof. So an 87% likelihood of that occurring. So I think it's fair to assume no matter what happens for the rest of the week, this will stay as the status quo. What will change though now is November 7th. And as it stands, there is a 46.9% likelihood of a 50 basis point cut, and that's over and above this 25 from here. So back to back, combining around 75 basis point cuts, I think that would be huge for the broader market, and that's one of the biggest things as well that's really driving just the growth stocks today. And plus, I think the whole exporting NVIDIA chips to Saudi Arabia, that's really stimulating a lot of the AI plays as well. But aside from all that stuff though, you actually don't have any news from Lucid today. So no SEC filings, no press releases, everything was just from yesterday. So their tech and manufacturing day. And clearly some people did like it because now we do have two new analyst ratings. So popping over to 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧, you see two new ones. So John Murphy was originally one of the OGs that covered Lucid, and he was the biggest bull. And so he, I think, gave 35 ratings or $35 price target initially, lowered it down to 32, 28, and so forth and so forth. So previously it was $3, so he actually did up it to $3.55. So I see that as very optimistic. Chris Pierce did reiterate his hold rating, but his I believe he did an article, or kind of someone did an article on that, and yeah, a lot of good topics that he did mention, all of which is very bullish. But then again, if you kind of look at him, 31% success rating, so take that with a grain of salt. But nonetheless though, you can kind of see analysts finally paying attention to it, is moving the right direction, right? Because all of these ratings that have come out over the last 6 months have been correlated with Lucid's earnings. And so whether it be the following day or 2 days after or whatever, it's all been linked to their earnings. So this is the last, or I guess these two ratings right here are the first ones that are uncorrelated with that. So that's kind of maybe a move in the right direction potentially. So moving over to options and everything else though, looking at some of the other data points, 1.3 million in calls, 1.7 million in puts. And so this very large candle right here, which was 323,000 just within the 5 minute mark, so the 10:45 and 10:50, that was just more of a laddered approach. So you do see more and more entities getting into Lucid, doing kind of multi-leg strategies. So 44% of all the options being done today were neutral. And of the call options that are being purchased though, you do see a consensus for it to be above $4. This is the current open interest on the calls, and so you do see 5,000 at the 350, 7,000 at the 4, 4,000 at the 450, 2,000 at the 5. So come Friday, this might play a little bit of a part, but at the same time next week, so the September 20th chain or expiry, That one is a monthly chain, so it is a little bit more popular. So definitely just kind of stay tuned for that. Right now with it at $3.98, it is trading between these 2 points. So the pivot in this R1, so 375 is the strong support that you'll want to watch for it to hold in the coming days, and then 437 will be that next strong resistance / target. So Lucid was able to hold on to that 50-day moving average, so it did to break from the lower to the higher percentile. So on the technical level, actually I'll move this over so you can see it a little bit better, but on the technical stance, things are looking very good. Aside from that, you do see on the stochastic, it is still considered very oversold, but a nice bullish deviation, and momentum shows number of retail investors are starting to get back into Lucid. So yeah, I think a lot of the data points are generally optimistic, with exception of shorts still trying to suppress. And actually, just while I'm doing my video, it went from 900,000 to 1.17 million. So shorts are really trying to suppress Lucid at all costs. And based on this chart, it is very apparent that they have been really getting in. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Have you been buying? Have you been selling? What did you do with Lucid? And based on the options, have you been doing options, dabbling with that? Like I said in the past, Lucid could definitely go up for definitely a lot of different points and factors. But if you are learning options, this might be a good time to do some covered calls, but that's just on you guys. I'm not a financial advisor. You guys do whatever floats your boat. So let me know your thoughts on Lucid. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. One final thing, take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. Kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that said, appreciate all of you watching.